The central issue, God's love. Al's troubled countenance and increasing moodiness finally provoked Jan to break her silence. "Let me get this straight," she began. "The God you now believe in—" "What do you mean, the God I now believe in?" Al interjected testily. "He's the same God I always believed in, and the one you believe in, too." "Oh, really?" I listened carefully to Pastor Jim, and I'm not the only one with the same concerns. The God of the Bible that I believe in, and you used to, loves the whole world, and wants everyone saved. He gives us all the right to choose, so it's not his doing if anyone goes to hell. "That's your interpretation," interrupted Al. He couldn't let Jan know his doubts. "Let me finish, please," she said. "Your new God gives no one a choice. He regenerates certain elected ones against their will, and—" "That's not true," Al shot back quickly. "He makes us willing by changing our hearts." "Were you willing to be regenerated?" "I didn't know I was being regenerated." Those words slipped out before Al knew it. He had to continue, "That has to come first before anyone can believe the gospel. We're regenerated and then given faith." "Exactly what I said. Your will was set against God. Out of the blue, he regenerated you. If that isn't against your will, well, I'll have to think about that." "You didn't have a choice. He just elected you. Grace has to be irresistible because no one wants it. You think a sovereign God is going to let man have the last word? Then he's not sovereign. The God I believe in isn't going to let puny man frustrate his purposes. You don't understand sovereignty. God doesn't share his throne." "Sovereignty, foreknowledge, free will. Calvinists make it all so complicated," countered Jan. "But the Bible is simple enough for a child to understand. The real issue is love, and that clarifies everything. You actually believe that God, who is love, only loves certain ones and predestines the rest to eternal damnation? What love is this?" "Well, the Bible does teach election. You admit that—" "Forget election for the moment. It's in the Bible, for heaven's sake. How can you forget it?" "I mean, that's too complicated. There's something simpler. God's love. I can't believe that the God I know sends anyone to hell that he could rescue. It doesn't make me comfortable either, but the Bible teaches this is God's good pleasure." "Where does the Bible say that?" "My Bible says that God has no pleasure in the destruction of the wicked, but wants all to be saved. Al, I love you, but I can't go along with this. That's not the God of love I know and read of in the Bible. I think the Calvinism you and Pastor are into misrepresents God, but I don't want to discuss it. We just argue." "We're not arguing, Jan. This is important. I've been studying this for months." "Al, I admire you for the effort you've put into it, but it takes no study to see that God loves the whole world so much that he sent his Son to die for everyone's sins, so that the world through him might be saved. And that's just one verse. World there doesn't mean every individual, but all kinds of people that make up humanity. The elect," Al counted. "You just don't understand. A little more study. Don't you think I've been studying too? I know enough verses to tell me that Calvinism libels the God who Paul said wants all men to be saved, and Peter said is not willing that any should perish. All men means all classes. Paul says, kings, all that are in authority. In 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2, he's saying there that all classes in the elect. If you'd let me explain. Please, Al, don't complicate the Bible. When it says God loves the whole world and doesn't want any to perish, why work so hard to make it say elect? Jan shrugged her shoulders helplessly. You go ahead and study Calvinism. I'll stick with my simple faith, and let's not argue about it. We're not arguing, just discussing." But Jan had turned to the kitchen sink and was busying herself cleaning up the dinner dishes, humming, "Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine."